You may go.
And now, I think it's now, multi-talented composer, conductor, musician, David Amram's performance of Amazing Grace.
It was at the Bells of Hell that in 1970 I first became a nearly middle-aged student then of Frank McCourt. He was a teacher man to all of us, composers, musicians, writers, anybody that wanted to learn about something was entranced in the early morning, late night jam sessions that we had from 8 in the evening till 3 or 4 in the morning. And when Frank would get up and do his incredible raps, whether it was Shakespeare, sing, Irish poetry, improvising something on the spot, singing songs, or having conversations with anybody and everybody, he would go home before midnight. So one night someone said, "That guy is so fantastic. Who is that?" They said, "That's Malachi's brother." And he said a long time ago, he understood the New Orleans philosophy of the first to leave the battlefield and the last to leave the party. But he had a responsibility and a sense of responsibility for all of those students that he taught. And the understanding that, as Malachi just said, the Irish culture knows, by understanding death, how to celebrate life. And one of the things that we used to do in the wee hours was to play music spontaneously and try to make a classical version of folklore. I was writing a violin concerto, and my Malachi McCourt Conservatory of Higher Hibernian Education at either the Bells of Hell or the Lion's Head Bar in the back room always involved people sitting around graciously teaching me some of the beautiful Irish music I was trying to use in the concerto. And Frank encouraged me. I said, "Don't forget to put the Bells of Hell and the Lion's Head Bar in that composition, and it will be stronger," because even back then in the 70s, he understood the beauty of folklore and of world culture and the wisdom that you can acquire from any and every person if you treat them with respect and love. Many, many years later, I was with Ellen at the Irish Embassy in London when he was celebrating a few years ago the wonderful success that his books had had worldwide. And with a cream of London intelligentsia all sitting there, Frank, by the end of the evening, transported that whole place into the Bells of Hell and Lion's Head Conservatory of Higher Hibernian Learning by being so nice and warm to everybody that by the end of the evening, everybody felt joyous and inspired to go home and be creative themselves. He honored me at the end of the evening just to play something on the old Irish D double penny whistle. He said, "I know you won't leave home without it." We were supposed to write a mass for the last 10 years, his idea called Misa Manhattan, and he was so busy, we never got to do it. And we both agreed that would be the best known unfinished piece in Schubert's Unfinished Symphony. So I'm writing my next orchestral piece in memory of Frank, whatever it will be. This is one for all of you, for dear Ellen, for his beautiful daughter Maggie and her daughter Kira, for the brothers Alfie, Mike, and Malachi. To Malachi's brother, he was a brother to every single person in this room, and he was a brother to everyone who ever met him and anyone who ever read his books.